Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show coming at you from the great state of Florida. One hell of a drug. And I do want to welcome you to the channel wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Thanks for watching. Well, the crypto roller coaster continues up and down and up and down, and where to next? We're going to take a look at that and a whole bunch more. But before we do that, smash the like button. This does help get this channel out to more people, and of course does help support the channel, as does your wonderful comments that you take the time to write. I take the time to read them and to respond. And if you're new to the channel, thanks for tuning in. Smash that subscribe button to get all future updates. Okay, so the crypto roller coaster, I love this from Nick. Tariffs on, tariffs off, all-time high, maybe now back to 100K, altcoin season, Bitcoin dominance. So guys, I have to ask, where are we? We're so over, we're back, we're so back, it's over. And of course, to add to that, we do have the options expiry today. Over $11.7 billion in crypto options are set to expire in Deribit. So 10 billion in open interest. The max pain for that is 100K. So, now, I generally don't see max pain. Does that say, hey, are we going to 100K? Not necessarily. That's just where the max pain is for the puts and the calls, and that's the same for Ethereum. Yeah, do be very careful with your trading today. We could see a little bit more downside until that options expiry kicks in. So let's have a look at the Bitcoin chart and see where we are. Now, one of the wonderful tools that we now have at our disposal is the new Tribal Trades Signals indicator, one indicator to rule them all. And as you can see here on the weekly time frame, I'll show you what I'm looking for and where I'll look to exit my positions and why. So I have the Tribal Trades indicator set up. Now you see the red dot is generally what I'm looking for to get out and get into positions here. You can see down here, being into Bitcoin there around 55, it gave a perfect entry, and then it gave a red dot there at around about near its all-time high of about 108K. That would have been a great trade just to ride that all the way up. And so the yellow triangle can be a little bit of an early warning signal because it does signify some bearish, some momentum change from bullish to bearish in the overbought territory. And that's what that yellow triangle means. And so you can see here that it wasn't it gave a little bit of a warning, but didn't follow up and give the red dot, as you have seen that happen over here, for example, with the yellow triangle. It usually has led to that confirmation of that reversal into the neutral zone of the bearish momentum. Okay, so we've got this yellow triangle now. We'll have to wait and see. The week will close out, so it'll be very interesting to see. We're going to have to wait till Sunday and then see what the new candle opens. Now, of course, this could already have appeared before Sunday. As you can see, like over here, it gave a perfect signal there, and then we got the buy signal, the green dot. This is where I tend to make the buys there. And so there's no panic at the moment. We could just get a little bit of a fake out like we got over here, where it fired off a yellow, but then we saw, around 97,000 and change. And then it obviously went up much higher only a month later. So we could get a similar situation here. So that's just why I've got a bit of a wait and see. Now, in the meantime, if we were to come down and retest the 50-day moving average here at about 97,700, because we have had this golden cross. Now, remember when we've had the golden cross in the past, like we had back here around about the 21st of October, look at what happened with price. Now, initially it went up, but then we saw a little bit of sideways here where it created a little bit of a bull flag here, and we saw it actually go sideways a little bit before taking off there. So maybe we do see a little bit of a sideways action before next leg up, and we could come all the way back down to 100K. And so that would be my first area where I look at and say, okay, 100K, that could be an area that Bitcoin comes back down to. The bull flag would still be intact here. You could make a flag formation here. There's the pole, and then that could send it a little higher. And that could be a number of weeks in here. So it could be some sideways downward chop trading between 100 and 110. So we could create a new range. I think it's too early to say that, but we have found support here around that 100 and again at around 102,000 there. And I give the levels daily in the Tribal Trades Discord. And if you do want to get access to the indicator, you still can. It's not too late. We have our final round of invitations going out to people today. So for everybody that signed up for the Discord and everybody that was already in the Discord, everybody should have their invitations to use the Tribal Trades Signals indicator. And so if you do want to do that, you do have to sign up. You get it free as part of your subscription. Well, it's not free. The way you get it is by signing up and paying for a Tribal Trades Discord subscription there. And so you can get access to that by the description of this video. You may need to click the more button. That will pop out right at the top. You can get signed up to the Tribal Trades Discord, and you can get access to this indicator today. So there'll be all the instructions will be given to you there. And we're already seeing some incredible wins in Discord. I love this, over 100% win there, but actually also showing in the wins column to help others here. Nikola Tesla, you're an absolute boss. I appreciate you. And all you do in the Discord, and look what he's done here. He's added, showing how he's used the indicator to get an entry and then to get an exact exit there, and made an incredible trade up here. There was actually another one over here. I'm not sure if he caught this one up here to up here. So that was absolutely awesome. I appreciate that. And there has been some other great comments in there about it. As you can see there, again, some wonderful Trader Baylor using the new indicator. One indicator to rule them all. Thanks, brother. You're an absolute champion. Again, appreciate taking the time to put in the chart to show others how they got the win and how they used it there perfectly. Jim McCauley, absolute legend in the Discord, again showing how the indicator helped them to stop out and get out of the trade there, I would assume, in profit there as well. And then there's another one there you can see as it's working out. There's your entry. There's your X. I've been using this method of trading. Here we go. Izzy Lanes, thank you. Tribal Trades Indicator with a bunch of wins there. Absolutely fantastic. Angel there, amazing. And look at all this here, more profits there. And I love, so I think at one point you were 7 for 7 using the indicator. There you are there, 5 for 5 using 50x and 100x leverage there using the Tribal Trades indicator there. Absolutely fantastic. So for less than a cup of coffee a day, you can get access to the Tribal Trades Discord. Look at all these amazing channels here, plus live sessions with me. We've got another one on Saturday tomorrow that you can join and be a part of there. That'll be absolutely fantastic. And so invest in yourself. If you want a return, you have to make an investment, and the best investment you can make is in yourself. All of these people who have signed up for the Discord have made the investment, paying for the Discord, and they are reaping the rewards and returns here. Would love to see you in there. So let's have a look at some now alt season altcoins. And I want to look at Total 3 to start with. So Total 3 has given us the same signal that Bitcoin has here. And so we could see a red dot, and the red dot would be like we saw over here. That would have been a good time to get out of altcoins there, of course, and then get back in them over here. So it's given us some great entries. Total 2 hasn't yet fired it off. So Total 3 is all the altcoins minus Ethereum. Total 2 is all of the altcoins together. And so we have lost the 200-day moving average. And look at this. We were above it and below it and above it and below it. If we actually go to the daily chart, you just see how crazy this has been with these, essentially for me, these sell signals, buy signal, sell signal, buy signal, sell signal, just crazy price action. And this is why it's been a real roller coaster of this. And even on Bitcoin, it's been the same thing. If you go to the daily time frame, you've got the same thing. You got the sell and the buy and the sell and the buy and the sell again. And what are we going to get here? Right at the 20 EMA on the daily at right at support right now. They're at about 105,600, I think it is, $600, $700 is right at support there. So altcoins have bearish on the daily time frame, and minus Ethereum, altcoins have also flipped from bullish to bearish. The momentum has flipped there. Now, I did give everybody a heads up many days ago before the Bitcoin conference. I told everybody it was a sell the news event for 7 straight years. It has been a sell the news event. Usually I took out a couple of years that were really heavy to the downside because of the Terra Luna collapse, the Black Swan events. And I only really focused on normal Bitcoin conference sell the news events, which really were between 6 to 15% to the downside. So, the conference finished yesterday. If we did see a 6 to 15% drop to the downside, your 6% is going to take you to 102. Your 7% is going to take you to 100K. Those have been, I think the last couple of conferences have been there, but if you go down to 15%, you're down to that $92,000 area. I'm more favoring that 100, looking to trade in that $100 to $110,000 range and maybe come down and retest that 100 again. So that would line up with previous years. But I did give everybody the warning. I did give everybody the heads up, both on YouTube and in the Discord daily. I was sharing, warning that this has happened every single year. It has been a sell the news event. And again, it has been a sell the news event. And we already have, what's the drop so far that we have? The drop so far that we have, almost 4%. So almost 4% there. We've had a 4% drop already. If you heeded the warning, maybe shorted the market, maybe you can make some money then. We do teach leverage trading, shorting, longing the market, leverage, how to do that. So that's another great benefit of being in the Discord. Let's have a look at USDT and Bitcoin dominance. I want to check out Bitcoin dominance here as well. We're doing all our checks across the board. Bitcoin dominance and USDT dominance there can help tell a little bit of a picture as well as to what's happening in the markets. And so with Bitcoin dominance, you do see, again, the same kind of situation. At the moment, we had the get out of Bitcoin and get into altcoins, and that would have been a great move. But now we've come up, and this could be a lower high. We're not really sure. It's kind of trying to make up its mind there, and we haven't had a reversal yet. So at the moment, this is coming up, technically, it could even turn out to be a bull flag, which would be terrible for altcoins, but just kind of in the balance at the moment. It's really up and down, choppy, sideways, roller coastery kind of market there. And so if we do get a buy signal or a bullish reversal signal for Bitcoin dominance, then altcoins, that would be further confirmation to jump out of those and not be in those. And then let's look at UST dominance. And last we had was the red dot. So until we get a green dot, which would tell us yes, but then even then, look at this, it's just been up and down and up and down, in, out. So this feels to me very market makerish, where the market makers are just liquidating longs, liquidating shorts, liquidating longs. And so we need to have some clear direction. And as you can see here, we still are, and you can see how that yellow signal then printed the red dot straight after here. And that was what I was showing you earlier in the show. So really, until we see UST dominance, now if this turns around and prints a green dot, then that would, for me, signal the altcoin season. It only lasted about 35, 40 days or something. This particular alt season would be likely at an end, and we would see some further downside maybe for the remainder of June. So, and usually the low in June doesn't come until mid to late June, which could lead us to say, hey, there could be some more pain for the next few 3-4 weeks or so, maybe leading to July. So we could have a bit of a red month there. So just be forewarned. We are literally waiting to see whether these signals will fire out. We are right on the edge of our seats here because we could print at any moment a bullish reversal for USDT. That's bearish because that means people, for altcoins and Bitcoin, that means people are taking their profits into USDT and they're selling their altcoins and Bitcoin into stable coins, and that's going to push, that's going to push the supply of not the supply, but the dominance of USDT up there. And so I am leaning a little bearish at the moment, I have to say, but it always comes back to one tweet to rule them all at any moment. I feel like this is almost, I could probably go back and look at what days and what tweets and what news came out of why we got the bearish news and a bullish tweet and a bearish tweet and a bullish tweet and a bearish tweet. It kind of feels like that, and it feels like this is why the market has been so sideways and choppy and dumpy there. Well, that's all I have time for today. Of course, as always, until the next episode, or of course, until I see you in the Discord, happy trading.